Hi. Okay, so today, right, this is my first time doing hi everyone. So today I'll be sharing with you about Tembusu Grand lah. So I think maybe you might have heard about this development, selling like 50% on the first launch weekend. So today, right, I'll be doing a deeper dive into the post-launch. So today we will see um what the investors or buyers that they bought and um, which are the more popular kind of units and what price range were they bought at. And then after that, we will also look at the surrounding area in terms of pricing. So today is really all about the dollars and cents. And last thing is also I will show you the site plan in comparison to what units were sold. Yeah. Okay. So let's begin. Okay. Okay. Okay, so most likely you guys can see my sharing. Okay, so today, right? Don't. Okay, so today Tembusu Grand review for homeowners and investors. Okay, so my name is Simric. This is my phone number, and I'm from PropMax. All right. Okay, let's start. Okay, so some background. Basically, what happened on the post launch for Tembusu Grand. A total of 56% of the units were sold, and that makes 359 out of 638 units. Okay, so here I have the breakdown. I put it in summary on the right side also. So you can see, right, basically, the more popular units were actually 3 bedrooms and below. So the 3 bedrooms were 990 square feet and below lah. Yeah, and this one they didn't start with the one beders. They just straight away start with one plus study. Yeah. Then you can see basically 80 units sold for the one plus study, 81 units sold for the two beders, two plus study, 89 units sold, and then the 3 bedrooms 65 units sold. And then you can see right the stark difference between the smaller units, which means below 1,000 square feet and above 1,000 square feet. So you can see for the 3 plus study, the 4 bedrooms and the 5 bedrooms, and also the penthouse. Actually, most of the units were not sold yet. You can see from over here, right? There is 96 units remaining for the 3 plus study. And the 4 bedder, there is 63 units. 5 bedroom, you got 37 units left. And then penthouse, you still got 2 more units. So there is a total of still 279 units. Okay, so this one is just a bit of background to what happened on. It's been about 1 month already, 1 month plus since it launched. Yeah. Okay, so this one also will help because this one is saying how much the developer bought the land at. Okay, so you can see here, right? Basically the break even per square feet um, with marketing costs, with construction costs, and then all the other smaller costs. Basically, the break even for developer, right, is about $2,000 per square feet. So break even, it just means that what they need to sell, right, in order to not lose money. Because, I mean, very obvious, developers, they are also profit seeking. They want to make money also. So after we factor in all this, because more or less construction and all the other financing costs, we can estimate one. So those are what I can assume as fixed costs. Yeah. So that's why their break-even cost is about $2,000 per square feet. So on the bottom left over here, I actually did a estimation of their profit margins based on the break-even price. Okay. So this is how usually the developers do their pricing. And also how we as like agents, right, we try to spot what kind of pricing they will be looking at. So you see, if the developer were to price at a 10% profit margin, most likely you will be at about 2.2 to 2.3k PSF lah. Then if it's 20%, you'll be 2470, and then 30% you'll be 2676. So okay, I will need you to remember this, basically these three price range: 2.2 to 2.2, 2.4, and 2.6. Just a rough gauge. So you can see what actually happened on the launch day itself. Okay. So this one is for the one bedroom. One bedroom, right? You see on that day. So I sort of listed top 10 units for lowest PSF for each bedroom types and the highest PSF for each bedroom types. Okay. So over here, right, you can see the 1+ study basically is 80 units out of 117 units sold. Okay, so you can see, right, the launch day, the price, 8th of April, so that is about 7 weeks ago. The PSF is around 2.3k to 2.4k range. So this is quite, expected for the smaller unit types. Usually the smaller unit types, right, they will sell, let's say, low floor 1 bedroom versus a low floor 3 bedroom, right? If you compare directly, usually the per square feet for the bigger bedrooms are lower. So the smaller bedrooms, the PSF will be higher, assuming same facing and same floor. Okay, usually small units PSF will be higher. So you can see it's around 2.3k PSF. Then it's the price 1.2 million. Okay, so these are the top 10 cheapest units in terms of per square feet. So you can see it's already starting at 1.2 million already. And next, 1st of May, right? So you see this is almost 1 month post launch already. Then this is the highest floor, 18-28, 2.7k PSF. Okay, so this is already selling at 1.4 million. Yeah, so you can see the stark difference between the low floor and the high floor, right? The difference is almost 200,000. Yeah. So today, I would say if you are an investor, definitely try to go for the lower floor units. Maybe not too low. Maybe 5th floor onwards will be good. Because you still can, you see, right, over here, the 4th floor unit, right, is still selling at around 2.4k PSF. Then the price is 1.2M. It's still considered 1.2M, you know. But when you reach the highest floor already, right, most likely you are paying a premium for the view, for the height, which I feel like you see, if you are investor today, you want to exit, right? If you are already buying at 2.7k PSF, right? If you want to sell, maybe say for a profit of 200k, so 1,629. You can see, if let's say I can show you I got calculator. So basically, if today you want to make a $200,000 profit margin on this 1 bedroom, right, you need to sell almost $3,100 per square feet. So you must ask yourself, because this development will TOP in 2028, around there, it could be earlier depending on the developer progress, but on paper right now it's 2028. Do you think it's possible for them to, for you, next time to sell at 3.1k? Or is it easier for you to sell this unit, the lower floor, 200k extra? So it's like you try to visualize, right? If today I sell the low floor unit at around 1.4 million in the future versus this one bedder that I sell 1.6 million in the future, which one will be easier to offload? Yeah, of course there will be people that prefer high floor, some people prefer low floor, but I'll just be talking about in terms of risk and reward lah. So to me, based on the developer's profit margin, right? If to me lower PSF just means lower risk, okay? Then also later I will show you the breakdown between each floor. What is the price jump? Yeah, so that one also quite interesting. Okay. So yeah, basically that is for one beders. Okay. All right. Now I'll move on to the two beders. Okay, so the two beders, right? You see, is fully sold for the smaller types, which is the 667 square feet. That one fully sold. Okay. Then the 2+ study, right? Okay, later you see. So you see the 2+ study is actually 743 square feet. Yeah. Then the 829 over here, right, is actually referring to the highest floor, but then they got count in the void space now. So you cannot take it as 829. Yeah. But they count it in. So in terms of quantum, right, the cheapest we should look at is 1.55 million for the two bedrooms, 667 square feet. And then this is at 2,300 square feet. So if you remember just now, developer's profit margin at 10% was around 2.2 to 2.3. Then this is closer to the 20% profit margin range already. Yeah. Okay. Then this one is the highest PSF for the two beders. So you can see the highest PSF is actually 2.7K, and the 2+ study, okay, it already hit almost 2 million. Yeah, so this one, despite almost 2 million, right? Actually, I would say the response in terms of buyers, they can accept this price. Maybe I mean, I've encountered clients that wow, almost 2 million for two bedder, can buy or not? So right now is from what I see, right, the 2+ study, you only left a couple of units. So this later I can show you what are the available units in the market right now, how much they're pricing it. But from what I see, the developers know that there is certainly demand for the two bedders and one bedder. Yeah. Okay, now for the 3-bedroom. Okay, 3-bedroom is quite interesting because it's split into two. One is the 3-bedroom, and then another one is the 3+ study. So you can see over here the 3 bedrooms, right? Is the 990 square feet one. So this one, not a lot of units. And then they are pricing at around 2.3K per square feet. Yeah. So these units, even the low floor one, right? The developer already will be making slightly more than 10% profit margin. Yeah. But I would still say this is considered a safer entry level now. Okay. Then over here, we can see this is the other type. The 1173, right? That one is the 3+ study. Then you can see the quantum difference. So what I can so-called conclude from here for 3 bedders, right? Most people can still accept the 2.3 to 2.5 M range kind of pricing. Yeah. But then when it trying to reach the, you see, almost 3 million mark, right? The market now still cannot accept 3+ study pricing at 3 million. Yeah. Okay. And then lastly, we will look at the 4-bedroom. You see, okay. So you see, right, just now I mentioned about usually the bigger units closer to the lower end of the profit margin. You can see for the 4-bedder, the first time we see a $2,200 per square feet. But then of course this one is the biggest unit already, other than the penthouse lah. Yeah. And this one is already selling at 3.6 million. Yeah. Then the other four bedrooms, you see, they don't go by the floor one. Some of them, because the number of units sold is only 18 units sold out of 81. So you can also see actually not a lot of people are still eyeing at this yet. And if you notice, right, um, between the 3 plus study, this is 1173 and then it's almost 3 million, right? And the four bedrooms plus another 200 plus square feet, the difference is about 500,000 around there. So if let's say for a buyer today, right, uh, if you are taking the max loan, which is 75%, chances are if you can down payment a little bit more, you would actually consider the four bedroom also. Because you just top up a little bit more, the rest is loan. But of course, you must also see if the monthly installment makes sense for you lah. Correct or not? Can't be wow. You top up a little bit more, you can buy, but top up 100K, you can buy another 400K, another bedroom. But also must see whether it makes sense for you. Yeah. Then the highest PSF for the four bedders, you see they are the higher floor one. 2457 per square feet. So also around 3.5 million. Okay. Okay. So this one just for you to recap again. Basically, this one is the Tembusu Grand uh land sale. Okay. Then this one is the competing launches in the same area because we will touch on the east side. Okay. I'm quite sure if you have heard about Tembusu Grand, you confirm got hear about the condominium also lah. Okay. So you can see right for condominium the break even will be around 2.3k PSF. So I also go and calculate right. This one is a freehold project, so definitely it's there will be a slight premium now. So you see right, 10% at 2.5k PSF, 20% at 2.7, and then 30% at around $3,000 per square feet. So right now the condominium transacted about 1/4 in sales. So the total number of units, if I'm not wrong, is 800 plus. So now sold around 200 plus. Yeah, but the transacted range is between 2005 to 2.9k. Yeah. Okay, then the other one will be known as Diamond Grand. Uh, the three are in close proximity. So Diamond Grand is slightly more expensive than Tembusu Grand because of the proximity to MRT I will assume. Okay, then you see over here 2.1k break even. Then 10% will be 2.3, 20% will be 2.5, 30% will be 2.7. Okay. So right now I just want to discuss a little bit lah. Today I won't be touching much on condominium. That one maybe I will touch on it next week. But from what I see, right, why condominium the so-called sales is not as good as Tembusu Grand, right? Because in terms of locality, actually they are quite similar. Even though it's freehold, um, not many one bedders are sold. Yeah. So what I assume is right. Actually, there are still people that maybe they missed the Tembusu Grand or they still waiting for Diamond Grand. Okay, so you can see right. Actually, Diamond Grand, I think it's also quite interesting to see how much the developer will price Diamond Grand at. If they want so-called as good sales as Tembusu Grand, they will probably also need to price sensitively lah. I would say in the 20% range. So maybe 2.4k PSF starting or 2.3k PSF starting. I think you should be able to see quite decent sales. But we also need to see what is the unit breakdown. So judging from Tembusu Grand, right? So we can see over here. 2.3k PSF. 2.3k PSF starting. 2.4k PSF starting. I think you should be able to see quite decent sales. But we also need to see what is the unit breakdown. So judging from Tembusu Grand, right? So we can see over here. 2.3k PSF. 2.4k PSF starting. 2.4k PSF starting. I think you should be able to see quite decent sales. But we also need to see what is the unit breakdown. So judging from Tembusu Grand, right? So we can see over here. 2.3k PSF. 2.4k PSF starting. 2.4k PSF starting. I think you should be able to see quite decent sales. But we also need to see what is the unit breakdown. So judging from Tembusu Grand, right? So we can see over here. 2.3k PSF. 2.4k PSF starting. 2.4k PSF starting. I think you should be able to see quite decent sales. But we also need to see what is the unit breakdown. So judging from Tembusu Grand, right? So we can see over here. 2.3k PSF. 2.4k PSF starting. The developer ideally, they need to have a good mix of the smaller units. So you can see this area, right? People are still looking at below 1,000 square feet. Or you can see the quantum for the three bedders will be still below 2.5 million range. So I think this is where most investors or buyers still can accept. Yeah. Okay. Then yeah, that's for the nearby plot of land. I will go through this later on. But probably not today lah. Okay. So another interesting so-called land bid that is sold lah. We'll be looking at Mayor Park. So this one concluded on February this year. It's quite recent only. And then you can see, right, the fact that their base is already 2.5k PSF. So I think I did a calculation just now. Let me just do a quick one. 2527. So for Mayor Park, right, the 30% profit margin range will be at 3.2k PSF already. So you see, I mean, of course, it's better location and freehold, but if the east side projected launch on the higher end, right, already can launch up to 3.2k PSF. You imagine down the road, when 2027, 2028, if you are a buyer looking for like brand new units in the market, and you compare this Mayor Park new launch versus maybe say Tembusu Grand or Diamond Grand, either one, or even Continuum, the price gap of maybe around $400 per square feet. Yeah, probably around that. Around $300 to $400 per square feet, right? It will be almost 300 to 400k difference. Yeah, so I'm quite sure if people are maybe comfortable in 2.5M range, maybe they might stretch out more, but most likely there will be a cap one. Yeah, so if you're looking for a certain group of buyers, it will be safer to, let's say, if you buy Tembusu Grand or basically Double Grand, those areas, because there is eventually is a lower entry price as compared to the Mayor Park. Yeah. Okay. Then another one is also the land beside Tembusu Grand, which is Jalan Tembusu. So this one, right, will be quite interesting because this one will determine whether Tembusu Grand is a good buy or not. So judging from because this one the tender will close 18 July. So right now we also don't know, they are doing all those like close bid tender, all this. So one question is, how would the developer bid for this land? Okay. So you can see, right, this one is actually the Tembusu Grand land sale. So this you see basically there's a total of 8 bidders. Okay. 8 bidders they try for Tembusu Grand, then in the end only CDL got it because of course it's the highest. So judging from even they almost this value 40 million, about 50 million above the second one, right? 50 million above. They still managed to sell almost 60% within 1 month of the units. So actually, they still got another 4 more years to slowly sell the units on. You think what would the next developer do? Because we assume, let's say, even the same developer CDL, they go and bid for this land. Assuming they bid the same amount, right? Then it will depend on, yeah. But I would say if they bid the same amount, most likely they do the exact same kind of split of the 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom, 3 bedroom, 4 bedroom, 5 bedroom, right? If they do the same split, the sales result I would say is probably around the same. Because location very similar already. So it means we'll be looking probably the pricing around the same. It'll be 50 to 60% lah. But you also must think that you must think about it because this one right will be closed tender on 18 July this year. So most likely this will launch next year June. Yeah, you probably launch next year June. So this will be already a 1 year later price. So chances are, since the other developers also can see what is the sales response for CDL, right? My feeling is they will bid more aggressively because this also will reflect the price 1 year later. Yeah, but also must see the how much Diamond Grand launch at. But for this new developer, right, their main concern would actually be the launch price of Diamond Grand, and also they cannot bid too aggressively over Continuum also because obviously that one's a freehold market. Yeah, so any buyer if the price get too close, right? Actually, honestly for Continuum and Tembusu Grand, the price premium for freehold is only about 10% plus only. Like it's really not a lot of difference. If you can afford the top up, right? Actually you can consider freehold also because the whole area majority is freehold land. Yep. Okay, so let me stop the share here. Okay, show you this. Okay, so right now after we go through the land cost and everything, I go and compile this post launch. Then you can see right. So you see block 92 stack one is facing the pool one. So you see even if it's facing the pool, right, it's also almost sold out already. Yeah, and it's already commanding a premium See the one beders, the jump is almost $8,000 per jump. Then after that, once you reach the so-called almost 10th floor one, you will jump higher already. Okay, so this one is not prices on launch day. Some of them could be after launch day sale. So that's why you can see the price jump is higher. But generally for one bedder, you'll be expecting about $8,000 jump. Okay. Then you can see stack number 2 mostly unsold is because it's the bigger units. Usually bigger units will move slower. Okay. Then now we look at the stack 3 plus study. Yeah. So you can see, right, because it's also facing towards the car park area. I mean not car park, the drive-through area. Yeah. So over here is almost 3 million range already. Okay. Then stack 4 also almost fully sold. Stack 4 is you see the jump 8,000, then that 16,000, some even 20k, 12k. So you can see, right, once it hit above the mid floor, then the price jump will be significantly higher. It's in the 12,000 per jump. So that's why when I mentioned if you are looking at if you're an investor, you just want to buy maybe for rental yield or just to flip, right? You want to consider something maybe below 10 so that the premium you pay per floor jump is not as high. So in a sense, it's more value for money. Then the next one we look at stack 5. So you can see stack 5, right? Fully sold already. You can see the most popular one is actually all the 2 bedrooms. You see, even when the price jump from the second highest floor to the top floor, right, it's 114k leh. People still buy leh. But honestly, if you ask me, if there's other units available and you're buying for investment, I really don't think you should consider the top floor. Even though maybe the view is better and all that, because unless you are really staying there for good, right? It will be really quite difficult to let go one because you can see these uh, two bedrooms is already almost reaching the three bedrooms price already. It's not that far away Yeah, for the low floors, Okay. Um. Yeah. So you can see actually the price jump, the lower floors, uh, jump 1K, 20K, then 9K, 1K. So it's around the 9K, 10K range. Yeah. Then step 6 is the 3 bedroom. You can see, right? 990 square feet. So you see it's between the 2.2 to 2.5 M range. Also fully sold, almost fully sold. Yeah. Okay. Then you can see stack 7, also the bigger one. No unit sold yet. Then stack 8, 743. This one should be the 2 plus study. So you can see the 2 plus study, right? You can see the 2 plus study and this top floor unit that bought at 1.9 million, right? Actually, you can already buy almost above mid floor for the stack 8 and it's facing inwards. Of course, this one they are buying more for the sea view, but um, honestly, the sea view is quite far away and there will be developments coming up there also. So might not the sea view or it's just pocket you have pockets yeah. So I feel like the more practical investment I would recommend over this stack 5 that is high floor, right? Actually, you can consider the bigger stack 8 units facing inwards because actually swimming pool facing also most people are quite okay with that because you don't get the noise from the roads and all this. Okay. Then now we look at the next block 94, which is this one. Okay, wait, so you can see basically for this block 92, right? Majority of the units are sold already, except for the bigger 4 bedrooms. Yeah, the rest are sold. Mostly lah. There's still pockets like this stack 8, still got like almost half haven't sell yet. So I would say maybe you can consider those if you feel that the entry price is correct and also in terms of PSF. Then now we look at block 94, right? So block 94 stack number 9. So you can see stack number 9, right? This is the bigger 2 bedroom, so 2 plus study lah. So you can see the 2 plus study, right? Is almost fully sold also. Only left a few lah. Then the price jump per floor is about $9,000. So stack 9 and stack 8 for this block 92, they are quite similar because they are facing each other and facing towards the swimming pool. The size also the same. Yeah. Then you can see for stack 10, stack 10 is the 4 bedrooms. So more people are actually buying this 4 bedroom stack 10 facing Okay. Then you see the price jump per floor for the 4 bedroom, even though it's much bigger, right? Actually, you see the price jump 11,000 only. You compare to the smaller bedrooms, right? Their price jump is even bigger. But because the overall quantum, people still can afford the smaller one. Okay. Then 对，wait，笑了，不小心按到。wait，那我去找一下。A side plan. Alright. So you can see here the stack 11 also fully sold lah. Then you see the price jump per floor is between 10K to 20K. You can see even for the higher floors, they even hit 28K per jump. Yeah, and it's still fully taken. Yeah. Then we can see stack 12, one bedders. So here price jump is between 8 to 15K lah. Yeah, some of the higher ones. These are more likely I estimate could be post launch. Yeah. If not, the price jump is, you see, right, some of these units, right, why it can sell same price even though there are one floor difference? Because most likely this higher floor unit is sold on the launch day, or is sold on the launch day earlier. Then this lower floor one, right, they basically buy post launch or later when the developer increase the price slightly lah. So you can see actually this owner already paper gain 16,000. So I think these are like the so-called pros when you decide to buy from the developer, because they will help you do the price staging, which is help you increase the price over time. So not necessarily you buy high floor is bad, because if let's say the lower floors, right, they slowly increase the price such that the gap is getting closer to the higher floor. And sometimes it can even sell higher, because now still in the almost 2 months post-launch stage. So the price increment, they cannot increase too much also. If I were the developer lah, either I will try to clear my stock before Diamond Grand launch, or I will just wait for Diamond Grand to launch and then see what is Diamond Grand pricing like. I will price slightly more competitive than them. So until the Diamond Grand units for, let's say we say this one is 12 is 1 bedroom, right? For the 1+ study, the moment Diamond Grand sell finish, let's say, then they will start to increase the price already for the Tembusu Grand if there is still 1+ study remaining, because they are profit maximizing ma. Then you look at the east, right? That's why I already shared with you the other plots of land. There's honestly not that much in the Katong, Tanjung Katong or East Coast area. Yeah, so for buyers, they are looking at these kind of areas and they want the new condo. They don't have much choices. So it's between these 3 developments, Continental, Tembusu Grand, and Diamond Grand. So the developers, they definitely got enough time to sell one, because you see total units, these 3 projects combined, I think it's 2,000+ units ballpark, about 2,000+ units. So this one definitely they can clear within the next 4 years. I'm sure will clear finish. Yeah. Okay. So now we look at stack 13. Stack 13, you can also see fully sold already. Okay. 2 bedrooms. So this one is the dumbbell units. That's why the 2 bedrooms all fully sold, because I think most people like this dumbbell layout, quite popular. Yeah. Then the slower ones is this stack 14, the 3+ study, and the 5 bedrooms. They are slower. Yeah. Then you see stack 16, the facing inwards one, also fully sold already. Almost fully sold. There are still pockets inside. Yeah. Then stack 96. Okay. 17 almost fully sold. 18 haven't touched any because of the bigger ones. 19 still got some units, about half left. Then stack 20, we still have around half of the units also. This one is more likely the higher PSF lah. That's why it still take longer to move. Then stack 21 also fully sold. You see the price jump between the uh, second top floor and the top floor is 160,000. Yeah. Then stack 23 still got halfway. Stack 24, the in-facing it was also almost fully sold. Okay, then the last block, which is this block 98, stack 25, almost fully sold. Price jump about $8,000 per floor. Okay, stack 26, the slightly bigger one, 3 plus study, also not many sold actually, only 4 units sold. So this one maybe it will take some time to clear. Stack 27, the other side one. This one should be lower PSF as compared to the inside facing one. Okay. Then stack 28, one bedder will be around $8,000 to $10,000 per price jump for floor. Then stack 29, you see, actually you can see, right? Even though the 2 bedders most likely is higher PSF, same facing as stack 27, but stack 29 is almost fully sold. Stack 28 also. You can see, so this kind of means that, right, people that are buying this kind of like facing outwards, facing the road lah, facing the drive-through stacks, right? They are most likely investors for the smaller units. But if you buy, say, 3 plus study, you must consider most likely they are buying for own stay. Yeah. So if they are buying for own stay, then most likely they also don't want this facing lah. So if you buying today, you must also know who you might be selling to. Maybe your strategy is just straight away to rent it out. But it's always good to know who is potentially your buyers. Okay. Then stack 30 also almost fully sold for the 3 bedders. Stack 31, the bigger units move slower a bit. Then stack 32, also the bigger units, so usually will be move slower lah. Okay, so I think this one is, let me stop the sharing. Okay. 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 So the last part, let me share from my screen here. Okay, so this one is my iPad lah. I want to show you. Tembusu. Okay, so now, right, these are the units that is still not sold yet. Okay, I mean still available on the market. Yeah. So you can see, right, actually the 1 plus study, they are starting at 2.4K PSF. Okay. Still have, I would say actually you consider 2.4K PSF, right? I would say the people that is considering this, because this is low floor, they might want to see Tembusu Grand. Hey, how much are they launching at? Because if I am going to buy around 2,400 PSF, maybe the other one nearer MRT also around the same. So most likely, all these units, right, will only be still here until the other condo launch. So the moment the other one launch, right, those that maybe cannot get the units there, this one will be gone already. Because people that might put down the nearer to MRT, they most likely they will just go for this one already lah. Yeah. So there's still quite a few 1 plus study lah. Yeah. Then of course I would recommend you to get the lower floor one. Like for example, maybe this fourth floor, 0420, around 2.4 kpsf. It's not the lowest floor. Then you compare this one to the higher floor for the 1 plus study. You see the 1 plus study, right? The higher floor ones. The quantum is already almost 1.6 million. This one. Almost 1.6 million already. Yeah, so ideally, you want to go for the lower floor units first. This is how I look at it if you're an investor. Yeah. Okay. Then the 2 plus study now, you can see is already at around 2.6 kpsf, so almost 2M range already. Yeah. Then it is up to 2.4 kpsf for the 2 plus study. Yeah, but these are the top floor ones, so most likely they got add in the what's that? The void space. Yeah, so should look at that one. Yes, okay, so the 7431, right? So you'll be looking in the range of 2.7 kpsf. So this one will be in the 2M range. Yeah. Okay, so for the 3 bedrooms, right, you can see the quite popular type. It's actually this 990 square feet. So you can see why, because how the price PSF is at 2.3 kpsf. So it's already quite close to the developer's 10% profit margin. Then 990 square feet. But these are the lower floor units. But you see, even the 15th floor, right? Yeah, so from what I see, most likely this 115-19, it will move already. These are the next few units they will move on. Unless people are okay with low floor. If not, the 3 bedders, this 990 square feet, it will most likely sell before the 3 plus study. Okay? Because you see the 3 plus study, PSF actually very similar. But then the quantum is almost the cheapest you see is almost 2.7M. This one is at 2.3M. So it's a 400K difference for another study. But I think most people they more important is the number of bedrooms. Yeah. So it will take the 3 bedrooms, 990 square feet to clear first before the 3 plus study start to move fast. Yeah. Then so the 3 plus study, you can see quite a few units up to 3.1M. Yeah, but these are the much bigger ones already because they count in the void space. So you can see it's 3.1 million for 3 plus study. So the other 4 bedrooms starting at 3.28, 3.3M until 3.7M. Then the 5 bedrooms will be starting from 4 million all the way to 4.2. Then the last two is the penthouse. So the penthouse, they combine the 2 layouts, the 4 bedder plus, if I'm not wrong, another 2 bedroom. They to make a massive penthouse. And that's why it's selling at 7.8. Okay. So I think that's the end of my sharing. Oh, okay. Let's see. Got chat. Nice. Thanks, bro. Okay. Maybe from the ground. Any questions? Take a look. If not, yeah, actually that's kind of the end of my sharing. Yeah, so if you guys okay, so so how long did I take? I think probably I took like one day, about 1-2 days. Yeah. But yeah, so I think most importantly, looking at the data, right? Unless you have a good ballot number, chances are I think you can't get the smaller bedrooms. Let's say if you want to try it for the ballot day. Okay, so actually, other than let's say this Tembusu Grand, right? Actually, I feel like in the market right now, um, why people are considering the current new launches is because they are trying to time the interest rate. So I think actually I have a client that he's a banker lah. So he told me that he's expecting interest rates right to peak most likely this year. But uh, the pause I think will come with the peak lah. So it will peak this year, and then but we don't know when the interest rate will start coming down because that one um will depends on how sticky the inflation is for the US side. So that one we don't know how long the sustained peak rate will stay lah. But we also think that the bankers also think it most likely won't stay high for long. Because you can see the moment the high interest rate kick in, right? A lot of banks in the US is actually failing because a lot of liquidity is being sucked out of the banks. So buying new launch, right, you can kind of time the interest rate reduction because um, if today you buy, chances are the first payment right will only start maybe 1 year later. It could be 6 months, it could be 1 year, but basically you are buying time. Then your first interest payment, it will be also based on the construction stages. So it will be much lower. You're not paying the full amount yet. So by the time you're paying the full amount, it will be probably 2027, 2028. So I think if you feel like maybe by that time, if your property already got appreciate, then you maybe can accept the interest rate then you can consider to hold on to the unit, then you rent out. If not, right, some people actually, you see today they buy 2023, the moment the seller stamp duty reaches 3 years, they will sell already. So they will sell 2026. They'll be just selling the paper. Yeah. So if you just sell the paper, you don't even need to worry about the interest rate, whether it's sustained high or low lah, because essentially you are just paying the is interest based on the lower quantums because it's construction stages. No? Yeah. So most of the time you only need to worry when it's closer to DOP because it will be the full interest rate amount. Yeah. So I think that is one strategy some of the investors are going for. Then yeah. So hope you found my sharing today useful. And if you want any more analysis or you have your budget around this range, you're thinking of Tembusu Grand, but you're not sure if Tembusu Grand is something you should consider, right? Or you want to compare between the other surrounding projects, or even say projects that maybe don't TOP so late. Feel free to let me know. Yeah, because I think every client has different needs. Because like let's say I talk about this interest rate delay lah, timing the interest rate. Some people they prefer to just buy a property as long as the rent can cover the monthly installment, right? It's good enough. It doesn't have to be so called the low interest rate, because right now you see even you buy a resale, the interest rate some people can still afford it comfortably because the landlords are still renting at a very high price. So it's give and take lah, yeah. But I think there is of course no one solution that fits all. Okay, so yeah, thanks for tuning in. Okay, that's the end of my sharing.